Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about whatever I want to talk about. I've been trying to figure out like like where to take my channel, and I finally figured out what I want to do, what I want my videos to focus on. I'm someone who has a lot of opinions, um, and I'm ready to start sharing my opinions with you. But yeah, if you're someone who's all about just being real, not following the popular opinion, subscribe below because I'll be sharing more videos on my thoughts with just everything that's going on. Today I am going to talk about Meghan Markle. I've been following um their story for a while now. I mean, just like a lot of you and everyone else, I was not aware of her until it was announced that she's getting married to Prince Harry, right? Like I even when I started watching Suit because of it, just so I can, because I think that's like one of the popular things that she was a part of. Um, but then when the stories started coming out about, just the issues with her family and everything, it was really, I'm like, this is weird. I've never, seen someone, so hated by their family members before. So in this video, we're going to talk about 10 reasons, 10 things, honestly, 10 things that makes Meghan Markle very questionable. Okay. I think I already went into it. The first one is her relationship with her family. Sorry, I'm going back and forth because I took some notes on here just to help me remember. So number one is her relationship with her family. There is no way every single person in your family has something negative to say about you. Aside from her mom, it does not make any sense. And just the issues like from her sister to just the issues she had with her dad, um, just from experience and what I've seen around me, fathers tend to be overly protective over their daughters. Like I've never seen a father, not side with their daughter. Like sons sometimes they might have issues with, but the daughter, fathers tend to be super protective over their daughter. Even when they're wrong, I'm not saying that they'll be on their side, but they tend to be very protective over them. And especially like with everything that was going on, that would have been the perfect time for her dad to come out and defend her. But it just seems like it was the other way around. Like they all had something negative to say about her. um Two is how she handled her past relationships. From like from what I've read about her ex-husband, I think they were together for what, at least 5 years before they got married. And the fact that you've known this person for almost a decade, you guys were married for 2 years, and the best way for you to break off the marriage is sending the ring back in the mail. That's just like, you have to be really cold to do that. And also like just the silent, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's very evident that it ended badly just from the silent. For example, Johnny Depp, like he's going through this thing with Amber Heard right now. His ex-wife, ex-girlfriends, like friends from the past, like all rallied behind him, saying like, I know his character, he's a good person. He will not do something like this. But look, like total silent from her ex-boyfriend to her ex-husband, nothing. And that says a lot, because that saying, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So honestly, they have nothing good to say, which is why they're keeping silent. Like if if it ended well, if she was a good person and they see her being crucified in the media, they would have come out and said something like, hey, this person is not like this. She's a genuine person. She was like this in our relationship, but nope, nothing. They're just keeping silent and literally disassociating themselves from her. So, third one is how she separated from Harry, Kate, and William's charity. So before Harry married Meghan, they all had one charity together. And when Meghan came, that was when Harry and her decided to have their own charity and their own Instagram account. And honestly, with that, it kind of just shows like that she's not someone that works well with other people. Another thing, so at my job, when the senior managers, when we get a new senior manager, they take a few months to just really learn the company, learn the environment, learn what's working, learn what's not working, before they now bring up ideas and do their own thing. But she came right in and decided, you know what? I want my own thing. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, how pompous and prideful do you have to be not to humble yourself and learn about the royal family, learn about the business, learn about how things work before now coming in to make a change? That means like she came in there like, wanting to make a name for herself. It wasn't really, she didn't want to like, be in the background. She wanted to like be the person, because that would have been the sensible thing to do. Like, there's nothing wrong with having ideas and vision, but you need to first understand, like the system that you're trying to change first, to see, okay, like where does the change come in? You don't just go in and just want to do your own thing. That's questionable. That just goes to that. Honestly, that goes with number 4, where I feel like she wants to be her own brand. So that goes back to the same thing. She came in, didn't want to be part of what was already established. She wanted to do her own thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the quickness. She decided to do it. The best thing she could have done is wait, learn how things work first, because the royal business has been there for a minute. So she was still fairly new, but she didn't want to take the time to learn. She wanted to go against it by all means necessary. And to me, that's just showing that, okay, she did not want to be in the background. She wanted to come there and make a change, destroy everything, and just do her own thing. And that's not, to me, like that's not really someone of a good character. 5, Meghan is mixed. In every picture that I've seen her in of her friends, it's always been white. There's nothing wrong with having white friends, but she's a mixed race woman, but it seems as though she was more like on the white side, like all the exes we know of are white. Even her love interests, like in movies, Suits, all of it were white men, and now all of a sudden she wants to be the face of Black Lives Matter. I feel like, for the length of time, like she's been out, she has never been someone that really associated herself with, like her African American side. Aside from her mom, all her friends, everyone she hangs out with is all white. And now all of a sudden you want to be the face of Black Lives Matter? And and I think last we heard they said that they're studying up on Black Lives Matter, just so they can help fight the racial injustice. And it's really interesting. It's very telling that like once she got into the royal family and was getting all the criticism, she now started screaming racism. Like, are you now just realizing that, oh, you're half Black? And 6 is just the fact that as soon as she came in, her staff started leaving. And to me, like, this cannot be chunked down to, again, them being racist. Because first of all, they already knew Meghan was a mixed race woman before she officially moved in to the palace and they started working for her. So at the end of the day, this comes down to character. Like, because honestly, there is who would not want to work for the royals? And for them to all of a sudden start leaving says a lot. And I'm sure that they probably signed an NDA or something, which is why they can't really say anything bad about her. But the fact that they all started leaving once she came, is not a good look. So on here, 7, she doesn't own up to her behavior or her character. She just plays that victim card really well. And to me, like, I don't really trust people that are always playing victims. Like, there is no way, like, every negative thing that's coming out about you is all wrong. And the fact that she doesn't even own up to it anymore. Now it's all about, like, oh, like, racism, they're racist against me, I'm the victim, boo hoo hoo, all this stuff. Like, in every rumor there's some truth to it. And the fact that it's literally, like, all negative. Like, the only whenever we hear anything good that comes out about her, is always, like, from, like, her makeup artist or her stylist, and it just always sounds like rehearsed, like, it doesn't sound genuine at all. So 8 is, she keeps contradicting herself. First is with the, like, how can you talk about the environment so much, but your lifestyle doesn't line up with what you talk about? Like, the private jets, like, even the fact that, like, when they moved here, like, the mansion that they're living in, like, honestly, like, if you care so much about the environment, your life should also reflect that. It shouldn't just be about talk. You should also live what you're preaching, honestly. And then how do you say, we want a private life, but then you move to LA, like, the city of paparazzi? That makes no sense. I would have, honestly, I would have taken them more serious if they stayed in Canada and had that quiet life. But no, it wasn't about that. It was more about, like, wanting the fame without the work that comes with it. Because I feel like like, being a royal is not, they're almost like glorified social workers in a way, like, with all the, like, kissing the babies and going to events and giving speeches and not accepting gifts and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure that can get really tiring, especially when you didn't grow up in that environment. So that can be a lot. So I feel like the whole thing about, wanting a private life is just, that was just a cover up to what they really wanted. Chris Hemsworth, recently, like, he lives in Australia right now. Like, he's a big movie star, but he lives in Australia. And the reason why is because he wants a normal life. Like, he wants a quiet life. He doesn't want to, be around, like, the noise and all of that stuff that comes with living in Hollywood. So that makes sense. We notice, like, with a lot of, like, celebrities that actually do want the quiet life, they don't live in Hollywood. Like, so for you to say you want a quiet life, but your lifestyle, what you're going after, is the opposite. Like, every other day we're hearing things about you in the media, is very telling. Number 9 is, she can't keep friends. Like, I don't know if you guys remembered how, Serena Williams was at her wedding. She was even, I think she was one of the people that threw the baby shower for her. But doing Naomi Campbell's YouTube series that featured Serena Williams, she pulled a Mariah Carey and said she didn't know Meghan Markle. Like, like, how that would have been, like, the perfect time to defend her, defend her honor or whatever, and just talk about how awesome and how much of a great person she is. But she didn't do that. She was like, nope, I'm not going to talk about her. I don't know her. I don't know what's going on with her. Oh, she moved to America. Oh, I was not aware, and she left it at that. And then when it started trending, she didn't go on Twitter and explain what she meant by that. She just kept quiet. It's that thing again where when you don't have anything good to say, you just keep quiet and don't say anything at all. So 10, she doesn't know how to commit long term. And we've seen that in just different aspects of her life. you know, like from her relationship with her family, relationship with friends, relationship with boyfriends and husbands, even her relationship with the royal family. You know, like I think I read somewhere where they said that it seems like she has like a 2 year mark thing where, you know, like she's in something for 2 years, then after, boom, she changes to something else. And I think with the royal family, she was a senior royal for, I think, 2 years, and she quit. She didn't want to do it anymore. They started this new charity, and we haven't heard about that charity for a while now. They were all about the environment. Now all of a sudden they're, you know, they're racial activists. You know, they now want to be the face of Black Lives Matter. Apparently she says, you know, now she knows why she moved to America. She now understands why she moved there is to fight the racial injustice. Like, okay, so now all of a sudden, you know, you are a racial injustice fighter. So my thing is like, there's just too many, like, there's too many evidence that she's a little questionable. Like, I don't know her personally, but my thing is like, I stand by, you know, people's actions speaking louder than words. Because you can say whatever you want to say, but like, your action, you know, defines your character. It's not what you say, it's what you do that really define who you truly are. And from what I've seen, you know, from what has come out, it's just very telling that, okay, she might not have the best of character. I don't know who she is, but her character is a bit questionable. So that's all. That's everything I have on this topic. And like I said, I'll be covering more topics. So leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video. Subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.